Hello, hello, hello. This is Tamika Peters, President and CEO of Grow Your Nonprofit, where we help startups, small and stagnant nonprofits grow through fundraising strategies, strategic planning, and so much more. Guys, today you're in for a treat. I have my special guest here, Miss Carlotta. She is Grow Your Nonprofit Administrative Coordinator and Swag Designer. We're going to talk about her role with Grow Your Nonprofit and what we have planned in the future. So, before we get started, I'd like to thank the sponsors of my podcast. Trinity Life Foundation Naples, helping at-risk youth through enrichment programs. AVID, that stands for the Associations of Haitians Living Abroad. They just opened an amazing support center right here in the beautiful Fort Myers, where they will help you with immigration support, utility billing, and English as a second language. VaxTruth, they just received a grant from the CDC to raise awareness of COVID-19 and vaccine resources in the Black and Brown communities. Best Insurance USA, a Florida Blue provider, helping you with health insurance, life insurance, and walking you through the process to protect your family. Last but not least, Premier Mobile Health Services, your road to success. Through healthcare, if you're uninsured or underinsured, they do not care. They will help you get on your path to health. So, like I said, Carlotta, how are you doing, Carlotta?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. This is way long overdue.
Yes, it really is.
Yeah, I think you've been on the team for Grow Your Nonprofit. Has it been a year yet?
It's almost a year in February.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh my God! It's just amazing how time flies.
It does.
We've been friends over the years. I'm friends of your family.
Yes.
And I keep seeing Carlotta's Essentials. She has started her own business, and I always like to support young entrepreneurs. I was impressed. And then as Grow Your Nonprofit started to grow, and I said, I think I have the perfect person to reach out to. So I reached out to Carlotta, and she said, absolutely.
Yes.
And I tell you guys, it's almost been a year Carlotta has been working with Grow Your Nonprofit. She is the exact same person from day one.
Yes.
Always happy, always enthusiastic, always has a can-do attitude. And talk about creativity. Creativity galore. So can you please share with our audience a little bit about yourself, and then we'll talk about your role with Grow Your Nonprofit.
Okay, awesome. I graduated from Hodges University.
Woo!
With a legal study degree, and I've just been working in the legal field, but I found out that wasn't for me. I wanted to help as many people as I could. So when Tamika gave me this opportunity, I was happy to jump on board.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So what types of things you do for Grow Your Nonprofit?
Okay. The things that I do is I write articles. I also make merch for the Etsy store, and I do research whenever needed.
Right. So if you ever want to see Carlotta's articles, if you subscribe to the Grow Your Nonprofit e-newsletter, we publish that monthly at the end of each month. Carlotta always has amazing articles in there. Usually we try to have a theme according to what month it is.
Yes.
I know there was a powerful one that you did, I believe it was last month, about domestic violence.
Yes.
That was really powerful. So how did you feel once you finished writing that article? Because when I read it, I was just like, wow, because it's like it was an article, but it's like you were reaching out and speaking to someone who may be in a domestic violence relationship right now, and basically saying, hey, help is out there, get the help you need. You don't have to stand for this.
Actually, that was a very personal one because I went through a domestic violence relationship younger in my 20s. But I was happy to give awareness to others about what they can do and how they can use their voice if they are in trouble.
Right. That's very important. Mm-hmm. I'm happy that you were able to become a survivor and then get past that and then use your voice to help other people, because sometimes when you're going through things, you always think you're the only one. And you're not the only one. You're not the only one going through it. and you may be able to help someone by speaking your truth.
Exactly. So it was just an honor to be able to write that article and to reach others that may be in trouble and don't know how or who to reach out to.
That's very important. So let's talk about this swag.
Yes.
Grow Your Nonprofit. Guys, do you know Grow Your Nonprofit has swag?
Yes.
This
Tripping.
Miss Carlotta, you have to visit the Etsy store. If you go to the Grow Your Nonprofit website, it's right here on the screen, Grow Your Nonprofit. If you click on the tab that says Shop, that will take you to our Etsy store. You tell us about these designs. Tell us the types of things that they could find just in time for the holidays.
Yes, they are. It's about volunteering. It's about being a service learner and just getting out there and just wearing your swag while you're helping others and raising awareness.
Right. That's very important. And you know, a lot of people hear the name Grow Your Nonprofit, but Grow Your Nonprofit, guys, is a LLC. It is a for-profit business, and a lot of people think that we're a nonprofit. But we do have, our business is sort of a social enterprise because although our clients are nonprofits, we do have for-profit clients, but we also give a lot back to nonprofits, volunteer, like upcoming, I'll be volunteering at the Midwest Food Bank, packing food. So we do a lot of philanthropy work as well. And then next year, we're going to be rolling out a new program that's called Nonprofit Matchmaker. I'm not going to tell you exactly the details, but that's the program that's coming out next year. And we're going to be really intentional about the nonprofits that we support, because I financially support a lot of nonprofits, but I noticed that I don't really highlight it.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? We're going to start highlighting this. We're going to have a special tab on our website, specifically with the nonprofits that we have supported. And we're going to also do check presentations as well. So I ordered those big checks that you see. So our staff will sit down and talk about some of the causes that are near and dear to their hearts. And we're going to sit down and select 2 nonprofits next year that we're going to give a financial contribution to, and highlight that. We'll highlight that with the check presentation. We'll do a video. We'll do some photos. We'll do press releases, and then you will see that on our website. So, guys, 2 things rolling out next year: our nonprofit matchmaker program and our nonprofit, support. I don't know what we would call that, but that's rolling out, and we have a few other things, but we can't spill all the tea right now, right?
That's right, we can't, but keep your seatbelts on.
So, Carlotta, so without, as you know, you need a team to move a mountain, right?
That's
you could
true.
you could do so much by yourself, but you could go far as a team.
Yes.
Share with our audience what motivates you to continue working with Grow Your Nonprofit, because I know if your team is not happy, they're not going to stay.
That's true. We're making a difference. You can see it every day. Our numbers are increasing with our followers, and you can see the number of people that are reading the articles. They're getting informed. They're wanting to know what's out there and how Tamika can help grow your nonprofit.
That's right. That's right. How we can help you grow your nonprofit.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. So Grow Your Nonprofit, we were big into strategic planning. So that's your nonprofit's roadmap to success. So how are you going to get from point A to point B? So, for example, if you were going to a new location, you didn't know, you would put the address in your GPS, right?
Right.
So it's sort of a GPS on how to achieve your goals, right? So in addition to that, we also do master classes, and we also are going to get into the online educational platform, because we just want to be that organization who teaches a man how to fish, not necessarily just give him the fish. We want to teach him how to fish so that he could eat for a lifetime.
Exactly. And there's a class coming up, isn't there?
Yes. It's actually how to go after federal grants for your nonprofit.
Ooh, that's a juicy one. Get some money for your business.
Yes. So we'll do that both in person right here in our Grow Your Nonprofit office, as well as online through Zoom. So that means you don't have to be located here in Southwest Florida in order to realize that class. In this class, we actually are teaming up with an expert.
That's right.
That helps organizations apply for federal grants, as well as for-profit businesses going after government contracts. So it'll start with an overview of nonprofit, and then we'll get into step by step to how to apply for federal grants, because there are millions of dollars out there. So this is public knowledge, and we actually did a podcast episode on this. And last year alone in District 5 here in Southwest Florida, I think it was a handful of nonprofits. I think it was like a list of maybe 20 or 40 nonprofits had been awarded $65 million total in federal grants.
Wow.
And when I look at this list, it's the same nonprofits over and over again going after the federal grants. And it gave me the question, like, why aren't more nonprofits going after these grants? Perhaps they don't know about them.
That's true.
Or perhaps they don't qualify for them. So what I see a lot of nonprofits, they think just because they got their nonprofit status, they automatically qualify for grants. No, guys. If you're going after these federal grants, these larger grants, even some of the local grants, they're asking for a financial review or a financial audit of your records. So that's really important to keep really great financial records for your organization. That's your income, your expenses. They want to know if you're fiscally responsible. They want to know who's on your board. So if you email them your board roster and they see everyone has the last name is all family members, big red flag. So if you want a great organization that's really going to be successful, you need to have people who are in the community, like bankers or people who are in marketing. You need a mixture of people who can give and help you leverage your organization. And that's going to help it be successful. Another thing they're looking at, do you have a strategic plan? Do you have a website? Even something as simple as your email address. Gmail, no. AOL, no. You need to have a professional website, professional email, logo, branding. People look at all of that. So I always say, if you start a nonprofit, do you have startup capital? Because you just started a business. Congratulations, you just started a business. Because the difference between a for-profit and nonprofit is its tax exemption status, right?
Yes.
But it's still a business. So you need to have your finances in order. Just like when you start a business, you don't necessarily make money right away. It's slow and steady, and usually through referrals and advertising, you gain momentum. And that's the same thing with a nonprofit. So unless you're wealthy, and then you could have your wealthy friends on board, that's usually, I've seen those nonprofits really take off really fast because they have the influence and the power, and their friends support them until they get on their way. So with that said, are there any last words before we wrap up, Carlotta?
I can't think of anything.
You can't think of anything? Okay. So thank you so much for being here, Carlotta. Carlotta is actually here because Grow Your Nonprofit is actually working with our client Avid. That's the Associations of Haitians Living Abroad. They're having their Thanksgiving Bash and Family Fun Days over a 3-day period. So today, Friday, November 17th, tomorrow, Saturday, November 18th in Naples, and Sunday, November 19th in Immokalee. So today is Fort Myers. They're giving out 1,000 turkeys and food. So we're gonna help 1,000 families this weekend make sure they have food on the table for this Thanksgiving holiday. And I also want to thank the Midwest Food Bank for jumping in and providing support. We actually went down to the warehouse yesterday and picked up the pallets and pallets of food.
That's great. And there's kids' activities too.
That's right. You want to talk about the kids' activities?
Yes, there's going to be activities where parents can do things with their children and get them involved in their community, and we'll tell them what's going on in Fort Myers, what's going on in Naples, and Immokalee, the 3 areas in Southwest Florida.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to wrap up, Carlotta. Thank you so much. So, guys, I hope that you learned something, a little bit more about Grow Your Nonprofit. We did something different today. We brought a staff member on to talk about some of the projects we work on and some of the things we do with our clients to help them grow their nonprofit. So it's great. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to visit the Etsy store. Christmas is around the corner. That's next month. You can purchase a lot of great gifts for people who work in the nonprofit sector. volunteer bags, fundraising shirts, puffer jackets. It's a lot of really cool merchandise. Coffee
there's
mugs.
For babies as well too.
Yes.
There's onesies, there's notebooks if you like to journal.
Yeah, there are a lot of cool things in there. So check that out and stay tuned for more Grow Your Nonprofit podcast episodes. Bye.